Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome to Connecting the Dots. We're here to break down today's essential tech intelligence from the Morningstar Report. It's Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025.
It is indeed. I'm Morgan. And yeah, still feeling the heat here in Sacramento, looking at a high of 98 today.
Oof. I'm Alex. And nationally, keep an eye out, folks. There's a pretty serious threat for severe thunderstorms and flooding in the central U.S.
Right. And for anyone on the East Coast, please be careful near the water. Those rip currents from Hurricane Gabrielle swells are genuinely life-threatening. Stay safe out there.
Definitely. Closer to home, well, it was another tough one for the Giants yesterday.
Yeah. Lost 5-6 to the Cardinals. Alec Burleson had a day against us.
Yeah.
Rough and day.
We'll bounce back, though. Let's look at the market, see if they had a better day yesterday.
Okay, so looking at yesterday's close, the Dow Jones actually did pretty well. It finished up 196 points, about 0.42%, closing over 46,500.
Nice. And the S&P 500.
Just squeaked out a gain, up about 3 points, so pretty flat really, but still holding strong near 6,700.
Okay. Bitcoin. Seems like it's been a bit choppy lately.
Yeah, relatively quiet day over day, up about 275, hovering around $113,000. But you're right, it's still down, over 3% for the week, so still finding its footing a bit.
Got it. A good picture to start the day.
Okay, before we jump into the main stories from the Morningstar Report, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Pins and Aces.
That's P-I-N-S and A-C-E-S. If you play golf, or even if you just like really cool, high-quality gear, you have got to check them out. Premium apparel, accessories. They've got some really fun stuff.
They really do. Great quality. And we've got a fantastic deal for you. Use the promo code SNARFUL, that's S-N-A-R-F-U-L, when you check out.
And that code gets you 21% off your entire order. 21%.
It's a great discount. Find everything at pinsandaces.com.
Okay, let's get into the Morningstar Tech Report. Today we're seeing some big moves around. Well, basically, how companies fight for your attention and sometimes how they try to control the infrastructure behind it all.
Yeah, it really connects from super personalized AI trying to keep you glued to your phone to what happens when ambitious high-tech retail plans just don't work out.
And then there's this, frankly, kind of scary story about a major hidden threat being shut down. So let's start with a personalization push. Story number one, Google Play Store is getting a major makeover.
That's right. They're really trying to shift it from just being, a place you go to download apps to being more of an integrated experience. And AI is the engine driving a lot of this.
An experience. Okay. So what's the key change here?
The biggest thing is this new U tab. Think of it like your central command center for everything Google Play.
Like a profile page.
Sort of, yeah, but much more dynamic. It combines your stats, your play points. We should talk about those, your subscriptions, app updates, all that stuff. But it also acts like a For You feed, suggesting games, audiobooks, podcasts tailored to you.
And you mentioned play points. Remind us why those are important for Google.
Right. Play points are basically Google's loyalty program for the Play Store. You earn points for purchases, sometimes for just trying apps or completing in-game tasks. You can redeem them for discounts or in-app items. It's all about making the Play Store sticky, giving you reasons to stay inside their ecosystem.
Makes sense. Keep them hooked. And this U tab, you said it helps you jump back into things.
Exactly. Like if you were halfway through a podcast episode or an ebook downloaded via Play, it gives you a quick link right there to resume. It's about reducing friction.
Okay, less friction, more engagement. And the AI part. They're using Gemini.
Yep. Google's Gemini AI is powering a couple of key features. One is called guided search. Instead of just typing keywords, you can search for a goal.
A goal? Like what?
Like, ooh, help me find a new home, or maybe show me good deck building games. Gemini then organizes the search results into logical categories, making it easier to navigate than just a long list of apps.
Interesting. And there's more AI.
Yeah, there's also an Ask Play feature, basically an AI chat where you can ask questions about a specific app before you download it. And maybe the biggest one for gamers, Gemini Live.
Gemini Live? What's that?
It's an AI overlay you can activate inside a game to get hints or tips without having to switch apps or open a browser.
Oh, wow. So if you're stuck on a level.
Exactly. Just pop open Gemini Live, ask your question, get the hint, and keep playing. It keeps you in the game, more engaged.
Okay, I can see the appeal. Easier discovery, making gaming maybe more competitive with streaks and points. trying to keep people from getting overwhelmed by too many apps. But isn't there a risk here?
How so?
Well, they're adding a lot. You mentioned this is rolling out now in places like the US, UK, Japan, Korea, and that US users can even sample K-dramas or read webcomics in the Play Store now?
Little short form snippets, yeah.
Is the Play Store becoming bloated? Is it trying to be everything? An app store, a streaming service, a comic reader?
That's a fair question, the bloat concern. I think Google sees it as essential defense. With potential competition for Android app distribution looming, they need the Play Store to be indispensable. Not just for apps, but for all your content discovery and consumption. They want it to be the default place you go.
So it's less about being just an app store and more about being a full-on content platform.
Precisely. Capture all that passive media time. We'll see how users react, but it's a clear strategic move. The rollout starts this week, expanding October 1st.
Okay, interesting strategy. Let's shift gears now from digital optimization to a bit of a physical retail faceplant.
Right. Big news from Amazon in the UK. They're closing all 19 of their Amazon fresh grocery stores there.
All 19. Wow, that was fast. They only launched the first one, 4 years ago?
Yep, back in 2021 in London. And remember, these were the stores built entirely around their just walkout technology.
That's the really wild part. The cameras, the sensors, you just walk out and it bills your account automatically. That was supposed to be the future of retail. So what happened?
Well, a couple of things, it seems. First, the big rush for contactless shopping kind of faded after the height of the pandemic. People went back to more traditional shopping habits.
Okay, timing maybe wasn't great long term.
Right. But also, reports suggest the tech was really expensive to run, high operational costs, and crucially, maybe consumers weren't totally comfortable with it. That feeling of being constantly tracked by cameras, trusting the automated billing, it seems it just didn't win people over from established UK supermarkets like Tesco or Sainsbury's.
So the cool tech wasn't enough to change deeply ingrained shopping habits, and the economics maybe didn't pencil out.
Seems like it. It's a big lesson that even for Amazon, scaling these high-tech experiments is incredibly hard and expensive, especially when consumer behavior shifts.
So what's the plan B for Amazon UK grocery now?
They're shifting focus pretty significantly, doubling down on Whole Foods Market, the chain they bought back in 2017.
All right, they already had some Whole Foods there.
They did. And now, 5 of these closed fresh locations are actually going to be converted into Whole Foods stores. The goal is to have 12 Whole Foods locations in the UK by the end of next year.
Okay, so lean into the established premium brand instead of the experimental tech brand.
Exactly. And they're also bringing Whole Foods corporate staff more tightly into the main Amazon structure, suggests much closer integration. Plus, they're really pushing the online grocery side.
Makes sense for Amazon. How?
Well, starting next year, they plan to sell perishable groceries, dairy, meat, seafood directly on the main amazon.co.uk website with same-day delivery options.
So bringing the grocery fight to their main online platform.
Yep. And they're also expanding partnerships with existing supermarkets like Morrison's and Co-op, plus delivery services like GoPuff to give Prime members more grocery delivery choices, basically retreating from running their own high-tech physical stores and focusing on logistics and partnerships.
Fascinating. A real pivot away from just walk out in the UK grocery market. Okay, let's move to our third story. This one shifts from consumer tech and retail to national security and infrastructure.
Yeah, this is a pretty significant one. The U.S. Secret Service announced they disrupted what they're calling an imminent telecommunications threat targeted at the New York City area.
And the timing is crucial here, right? Just before the UN General Assembly starts.
Exactly. UNGA brings world leaders from everywhere to NYC, making it a huge potential target. Federal agents discovered and dismantled a massive network designed for illicit communication and potential disruption.
How massive are we talking?
Get this. They found over 300 SIM card servers and more than 100,000 individual SIM cards.
Whoa, 100,000 SIM cards.
What?
What even is a SIM card server? And why is having so many SIMs a threat?
Okay, so think of a SIM card server, sometimes called a SIM bank or SIM box, as like a machine that can hold and rapidly switch between hundreds or thousands of SIM cards automatically. It allows someone to send out enormous volumes of calls or texts very quickly while constantly changing the originating number. This makes the communication incredibly hard to trace and allows bypassing carrier limits.
Clues for anonymity and volume.
Exactly. And with 100,000 SIMs, the scale is enormous. Officials said this setup could potentially blast out up to 30 million text messages a minute.
30 million a minute. That's staggering. What could someone do with that kind of capability, especially around UNGA?
The potential for disruption is huge. You could flood networks to cause denial of service attacks, maybe even try to disable cell towers in a specific area. You could jam emergency lines like 9/11, send out mass disinformation or threats anonymously, or just use it for encrypted, untraceable communication between bad actors.
The Secret Service actually compared the potential impact to the cell outages after 9/11 or the Boston Marathon bombing, right?
They did. Secret Service Director Sean Curran said the potential disruption cannot be overstated. It highlights how vulnerable our communication infrastructure can be if targeted effectively. This wasn't just some small-time scam operation. Officials described it as a well-funded, highly organized enterprise. Just the hardware would cost millions.
So who's behind it? Do they know?
The investigation is ongoing, obviously, but early signs point towards, nation-state actors. They suspect the system was being used to provide secure, anonymous communication channels for potentially hostile governments to talk with organized crime groups, drug cartels, maybe even terrorist organizations.
Wow. So foreign states potentially using this tech network near NYC to coordinate with criminal or terrorist elements.
That seems to be the working theory. It really underscores how the Secret Service's job now involves protecting against these invisible technological threats, not just physical ones. Finding and shutting this down before UNGA is a massive preventative win.
Absolutely. A scary reminder of the hidden infrastructure battles being fought.
For sure.
Okay, before we wrap things up, let's quickly thank our second sponsor for today, Skoni.
That's S-K-O-N-I, Skoni. They make premium golf shoes, fantastic quality, really stylish designs if you want to look sharp on the course.
Definitely check them out. And again, we've got a code for you. Use SNARFUL, S-N-A-R-F-U-L at checkout.
That code gets you 15% off your entire purchase at Skoni.
Find them at skoni.com. That's skoni.com. All right, so let's quickly recap the big stories we connected today.
Okay, first up, Google Play's big overhaul, the U tab, all the Gemini AI features. It's all about making that experience hyper-personalized to keep you locked into their ecosystem.
Then we saw Amazon hitting the brakes hard on their high-tech, just walk out grocery stores in the UK. A real-world example of how even slick tech can fail if the economics or consumer habits don't line up. They're pivoting back to Whole Foods and online delivery. And finally, that major telecom threat disrupted by the Secret Service near New York City. 100,000 SIM cards. Just a stark reminder of the invisible infrastructure threats that security agencies are dealing with, especially around major global events like UNGA.
Yeah, from personalization algorithms shaping what you see to the hard realities of retail tech to these hidden networks, it all shows how technology is this deep undercurrent affecting everything. And that Secret Service story really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, they caught this massive network, 100,000 SIMs, but how many other sophisticated hidden networks like that might be out there operating under the radar right now, just waiting? It's a bit chilling to think about.
It really is. Lots to consider there.
Indeed.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.